Hello, everybody. Thank you very much. I always appreciate you watching. I'm Orlando Ruiz Jr. Welcome to another classic movie review. The movie that I'm talking about is infamously known for being one of the worst movies of all time. A black and white B-movie science fiction cult classic from writer-director Edward D. Wood Jr., the director of Glen or Glenda, Bride of the Monster, Night of the Ghouls. I am talking about Plan 9 from Outer Space, originally titled Grave Robbers from Outer Space. This movie came out in 1957. It stars Gregory Walcott in the role of Jeff, a pilot in the film. You also have the legendary Bela Lugosi from The Black Cat, The Raven, Dracula in his final film appearance. You also have Mila Nurmi, otherwise known as Vampira back then. She was a TV hostess, very much in the same vein of like Sven Gulli or Joe Bob Briggs on Monster Vision back in the day. In the movie, her character is supposed to be the wife of the Bela Lugosi character. You also have wrestler Tor Johnson as the ill-fated Inspector Clay, and somebody back in the day that was known as Criswell. He was an entertainer and so-called psychic that predicted all kinds of things that probably never happened, but he opens the movie and he narrates the movie because without his narration, you wouldn't know what the hell is going on in this thing. Now, the plot of the movie is an advanced race of space people, which are supposed to be aliens, but they didn't have a budget to have anything that would resemble an alien, so you got people wearing funky looking space clothing. They are fed up with our shit because our government won't acknowledge their communications, and so they've been trying to contact us to warn us about how we're going to blow ourselves up because, we created the bomb and so on and so forth. So eventually we're going to annihilate the universe, and so to stop us, they send down their UFOs. The first character in the movie that the advanced race of space people bring back from the grave is Vampira's character, Bela's wife, who has this really tight black dress, long black hair, cleavage popping out. And in the 1950s, cleavage was a very rare thing. So that kind of puts this movie in schlock territory, really. And for the 1950s, you can understand why this had a very limited theatrical release, probably because of that cleavage. Vampira had that whole Morticia Addams look going on, but more risque because Vampira's dress was a lot deeper in the neckline, a bit more in line with Cassandra Peterson's character Elvira, the Mistress of the Dark from the 1980s. I understand Vampira even tried to sue Cassandra Peterson slash Elvira for the rights to that whole get up, the whole look. At the very beginning of the movie, before Vampira rises from the grave, we see her funeral, and her husband, played by Bela Lugosi, is they're all grief-stricken. And then we see a fade, and we hear a scream from Bela, and we hear a car screeching like it's coming to a halt. And the narrator lets us know that Bela is now dead. He was obviously hit by this car, and so, when the narrator has to let you know what's going on, that's not good. Then before you know it, due to the advanced race of space beings, Bela Lugosi's character comes back from the grave in his full Dracula getup, which makes no sense because this is not a Dracula movie, and he's not playing a vampire. He doesn't bite anybody once he comes back. He just comes out and does this, which most of the time it's not even him. So about half the time you see Bela Lugosi's character on screen, it's the real Bela, but the other half of the time, it's this guy that was a dentist back in the day that wasn't an actor, but he looked like Bela according to Ed Wood, and so they just put him in the Dracula costume and have him doing this every time he's on screen, just going like this so that you don't know it's not Bela, but we know it's not Bela. We know it's not Bela. Gregory Walcott, who plays the character of Jeff, kind of the hero character of the movie, is surprisingly okay. I don't think he's bad. Considering it's his first time acting, I do think he did the best he could with what he was given. But when he's in the cockpit, because he's supposed to be a pilot, there is nothing on this set that makes you think it's even remotely authentic. There are no buttons, no levers, just a very cheap looking set. And for the most part, a lot of the movie looks and feels that way. There is one scene that I like where you have one shot where you have Tor Johnson's character, the ill-fated Inspector Clay, coming out of his grave. And it's a very cool looking shot because the camera is on ground level and he's kind of just pushing out of the grave really slowly, and the lighting looks really good in that shot. The best shot in the movie. Usually when it comes to the special effects in a 1950s science fiction Hollywood production, the effects can be passable, but here in this movie, they look god-awful, even for the 1950s. Usually, you can see the strings whenever the UFOs are on screen. This movie ends up being an unintentional comedy that is a lot of fun to watch with a small group of people. You know, you get some beer and, you know, you just crack up at all the ridiculous things on screen and, you know, crazy lines. You know, that's enough I'm going to take out of you. Smack. It may have a reputation of being one of the worst movies ever made, but it's certainly not. There are other movies out there that deserve that title for being just flat out boring. This isn't boring. It's at least entertaining and amusing and even quite funny. I give it 1.5 stars, and it's something that, as a movie fan, if you dig classics and if you dig bad movies and B movies and so bad they're good kind of movies, you should definitely check it out. I think you can find this movie on streaming, but you guys know me, I'm a hard copy kind of guy. And so, yep, here is my copy right here of Plan 9 from Outer Space. I wouldn't have seen this, I think, if it wasn't for Tim Burton's 1994 film Ed Wood. In my opinion, watching this movie and then watching Ed Wood right after always makes for a very fun night and a fun double feature, something that I've done in the past. But yeah, I'm going to get out of here now. Thank you all very much for watching this classic movie review. I always appreciate it. If you're into the classics, if you're into movies, if you're into this kind of thing, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications on more reviews from me coming out very soon. If you're a returning viewer, thank you very much for all your support. I very much appreciate it. Please don't forget to comment, share, like, always helps me out. And I'll see you on the next one. Everybody take care of each other. Till next time, peace out. God bless.